Hey guys, my name is Michael Thomas, and today we are talking about The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 1. In this episode, we follow Sam Wilson, the Falcon. He's working with the U.S. Air Force, I guess, right? They have to save this captured soldier from Batroc the Leaper, who you may remember from Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It's a great scene. I love Disney Plus giving these guys the big budget they deserve. All those shots in the air, and they're jumping from like helicopter to helicopter. It's really, really cool. Later on in the episode, we discover that there's this underground group called like the Flag Smashers or something like that. So their whole deal is they think the world was in a better place before the blip, right? Before everybody came back, which, as we see later on in the episode, they're probably entirely wrong, because after 5 long years, it's kind of hard to get back into the swing of things, because the economy's changed. You gotta allow for half the world coming back into existence. That's gotta be crazy. And I like that this series, which technically should have been the first Disney Plus show, because WandaVision actually jumped in front of it due to COVID and production issues. It's just interesting that we get to see how life has changed in that 5-year time span. One of the issues I kind of had was we introduced this mega change, right? This 5-year gap of despair. And then the next film, we kind of reset everything back. But things aren't quite right. And it's going to take a long time for people to finally adjust to their new way of living. It's great that everybody's alive and well, sure, but it also changes just how everything in society works. I mean, look what COVID did to us for 1 year, right? So I'm really glad that they took the time to tell that story and also just see how these characters are, coming to grips with this new reality they live in. One of my favorite moments is Bucky trying to live a normal life. Not just a normal life, because he hasn't had one, but a normal life post-blip. Like, Steve isn't here for him. And that's something that I think is really interesting, that Cap got his happy ending in Avengers Endgame, right? He gets to dance with Peggy, great for him. But his best friend Bucky has had nothing but turmoil since World War II. Like, he died, taken by Hydra, experimented on, brainwashed, becomes an assassin that they keep freezing, and all this stuff throughout history. Then, when he finally gets his crap together, he goes to Wakanda, and then the world comes to an end. He's one of the ones that gets snapped out. So I like that Bucky is in therapy. Bucky is alone. They say that Bucky's alone, and he really needs to reach out to other people to try and make a connection. Maybe he needs to reach out to Wanda, because they both have a lot of crap they're dealing with right now. Sam is trying to reach out to him, and he's not connecting. This episode, Sam and Bucky are never in a scene together, which I think is really interesting. So I guess episode 2, we're kind of going to lead up to that moment where they cross over and become a team. Meanwhile, we go back to Sam. He's living his normal-ish life, right? He's got a sister, he's got nephews. The kids call him Uncle Sam. That needs to be his hero name. I don't need him to be Captain America. Uncle Sam is a good enough name for Sam Wilson taking up the shield. I really enjoyed some of those scenes. I like seeing the superheroes' normal lives, right? He has a sister. They have a business. He was gone. They're struggling. They're trying to get it back. She wants to sell it and move on. Their family's boat. And I really like seeing that there are normal-ish issues that these heroes go through. It's not just, we sit around in our fancy Avengers mansion and we gotta go wait for Thanos or Ultron or Loki or something, They are normal people living normal lives. And our superheroes on the side of that. They don't get paid for that. That's something that we learned here. They don't get paid for nothing. Tony Stark didn't give them any sort of allowance. Pepper ain't giving them any money, I guess. It's just pretty funny. So they go to the bank. And dude, it was something when that banker was all like, you remind me of somebody. Did you used to play sports? And it's like, you only know black folks from sports, huh? Racial undertones are going to be throughout this show quite a bit. I can already feel it. So hopefully they handle things pretty well, because we got another thing that's coming up towards the end of this episode. Bucky is trying to make amends for all the wrong he's done. So he's helping them catch former members of Hydra and stuff like that, all while being nonviolent. We don't want any triggers. But he's also having nightmares. He's having nightmares of the people he's killed, which is terrible. especially since he didn't have control of himself. He wasn't the person who wanted to do that. But then the nightmare that he does have when we first are introduced to Bucky, which great scene, by the way, great action scene. He kills this kid, this young man who was just like on a vacation. So he starts spending time with this old man. You know, it's just like Bucky doesn't have any friends, but I guess he's made friends with this older gentleman in Brooklyn. They go and eat sushi once a week, right? Nothing major there until you realize they start talking about his son, and it's like, oh no.
Oh. 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 No.
And then you find out that the person Bucky killed at the beginning of the episode was this guy's son, and it's just like, what is Bucky gonna do? He gonna tell him, sorry, I murdered your son? Like, this is the problem I had with Team Iron Man. Like, everybody who's always Team Iron Man is like, Steve and Bucky should have told Tony the truth. It's like, how do you say that to somebody? Sorry, I was brainwashed. I didn't know what I was doing, and I killed your son. Or I killed your parents. I don't know how you expect Bucky to handle that situation. That's just so messed up, right? And so, after all of that, towards the end of this episode, after Sam gave up that shield saying it belongs in a museum like he's Indiana Jones, we get the same dude who was at the beginning of the episode like, thank you for your donation to the Smithsonian. You did the right thing, son. This dude gets up, has this huge press conference, it doesn't even feel like it was a day later, has this huge press conference, talking about how the world needs new heroes. It feels like he's plagiarizing Sam's speech, y'all. It sounds like he's plagiarizing his speech. And then he introduces this new Captain America. And this is the smuggest, derpiest looking cosplay Captain America I have ever seen in my life. Mr. U.S. Agent, I guess he goes by in the comics. I'm pissed off. And the show probably wants me to be pissed off, but I'm really pissed off. I was promised Black Sam Wilson Captain America, and they pulled it from under me, and Sam's pissed. So the episode ends with that moment. And so I really want to know if that's going to affect Bucky at all. Like, he knows that Sam gets that shield. He was there when that moment happens. So I wonder if that's how the two kind of come together, because Bucky's like, look, they disrespected my friend just as much as they disrespected you. Steve made the choice to give you the shield, and they just gonna give it away to this random. It's not like it's a replica. It's not like he's a mascot. That is legitimately the same thing that Sam donated. And that is just messed up. This show is going to be great. I can already feel it. This was a fantastic episode. Very different from WandaVision. Granted, this is more in line with the MCU than whatever WandaVision was. And I love both of them equally for that. I love how we get to respect the characters' mentality. And the episode's called New World Order, seeing just how the world has changed and become something new than we're used to before. So we'll see what happens next episode. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more reviews or more videos from me, make sure you subscribe, because we do have a ton more stuff coming in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, stay flaming. Peace.